Emergency facilities are permitted by right within the ML district. And emergency shelters are allowed with approval of a use permit. And I believe that our action of denying the appeal is supported by these findings.
I acknowledge that I got emotional realizing that some people die every single year out on the streets. This is an important step, and it is within our responsibility and our right as a community, as a council, and as community leaders. I support it. There's nothing else in this precedent.
Councilmember Huber.
Aye.
Councilmember Ori.
Aye.
Councilmember Reynolds.
No.
Councilmember Schwab.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Mayor Stone.
Aye.
Carries 5 with 1 no and 1 absence.
We will take a 10-minute break. Thank you.
We were very excited tonight about the vote of 5-1 to approve Simplicity Village and turn down the appellant. It only makes sense, when we have a horrible problem in our community, and the city council responded to it. And I'm believing that we'll be able to go forward with more tiny villages and more truly affordable housing where someone who's making minimum wage can actually live in a home or an apartment, which they have the right to do in our society.
What do you think about appealing Simplicity Village?
I think it's appealing it again is a useless waste of time because the homeless need help, they need a place to live, and this is just a delaying tactic.
I think this is an extremely important project to keep moving forward.
We definitely need housing for all the homeless people that this qualifies for, and it's half paid for, so we need to go forward with this project.
According to the California Housing and Community Development Agency, no other city or county in California has attempted to approve a sleeping cabin project under a local temporary use ordinance. That is because to do so is completely inconsistent with the relevant laws for this or any other development project. If this project is allowed to move forward under these circumstances, Simplicity Village 2, 3, 4, and 5 can be placed on any private land in Chico, free from development fees, public hearings, or permits. Send this project back to planning and follow the rule of law. You are informed how it can be accomplished. To do otherwise is to invite chaos. Invite chaos somewhere else, please. We are full up around here. Thank you very much.
I have 35 employees that I have to be concerned for. They have families. This job helps them support their family, helps them be productive members of society. Our business hours start during the summer, 5:30 in the morning, and go as late as midnight. We have a lot of noise and a lot of bright lights for those dark hours. These are all issues that, why we hear that nobody's going to complain about them now, we know that it only takes a matter of time before they're tired of being woken up at 5:30 in the morning by tractors and trucks and forklifts and bright lights, or not being able to go to sleep at 10 o'clock because we're still running.
Now, these people are used to getting up early in the morning. They're used to happening to sleep in a room with 65 people. I think they'll be able to handle some beeping forklifts and some lights.
The reasons for this 11th hour appeal are not valid. Legally, the City Council was well within its rights for approving the property on Notre Dame as the site for this project. To that end, Chad has worked very closely with city staff to be sure that we are following the proper procedures.
Often, the biggest barrier to housing people is not funding, it is NIMBY. People prevent establishment of shelters and housing in their communities as if doing so will simply make people who are homeless disappear. Well, they won't disappear.
I think we just all need to be reminded this is an emergency. It's time to think outside the box. The era of $250,000 low-income housing is over. The money's not there. It's not real. We need to find a different way to do it.
Austin has 25 homes. Syracuse has 16 tiny homes. Nashville has 6 so far and still building. Seattle has 28. Los Angeles has 20. Newfield, New York has 20. Dallas has 50. Olympic has 30. And Portland has 43. This isn't creating a crisis. This is solving a crisis.
It is the duty of the Planning Commission and the Council to understand these emergencies and to apply reason to help address the emergencies. I do support Simplicity Village, and I do hope that the Council rejects the appeal.
I am so impressed with the fact that our community has come up with a solution that might be viable and helpful to the people that are in this situation. I support chat, and I would like to see this go forward.
Give yourself the opportunity to be hugged by a formerly homeless person living in Simplicity Village who says to you, "Thank you for saving my life."
I wish that we could house everyone, because what being unhoused does to a human shouldn't happen. And it's like living in a war zone. And we're not in a war zone.
What we are going to do here, if you deny this appeal, is approve a project that's going to become a model. And because of that, legislators are going to take notice of an example that works.
I've had it. I hope this council has had it too. I've had it with this man holding our community hostage to his whims about what we should or shouldn't be doing, a man with zero qualifications to contribute to these discussions, a man who has housed not one person in our community and who views homelessness through a punitive lens. I've had it with him impugning local service providers, implying or outright accusing them of being in it for the money. I've had it with the cynicism, the insults. Please turn this down.
Oh, also, I'm thinking ahead, both for the City Council and the Planning Commission, just that we need to be thinking ahead of like phase 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 of more Simplicity Villages and more tiny homes and more housing for people that need it. So hopefully we will find more spaces that may be even better suited. But for now, this is what we have, and I just want to say, please give Simplicity Village a chance. And I want to say, all right, I just came up with this. If you want to know how Simplicity Village will go, put a little love in your heart. If you are thinking about laws and fighting obstacles, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Wait and see. Let's see how Simplicity Village will go. Thank you very much.
Something we're supposed to sanction in this room, but thank you very much, Mary.
So Rich Hogan, followed by Angela McLaughlin.
Wow, thanks, Anna. What am I going to say now? I would sing, but it would clear the room probably.